Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to Sunless Sea. Now, we've been sailing for quite a while here. We've made our way all the way to the far east, and it's time for us to head back towards the south, because we've come from Fallen London up to Venderbite in an attempt to find something exciting there, which we have yet failed to find. We found a couple interesting things, though, including a live specimen, which is very valuable. We went up to Wither and got a little bit of muter salt there, and found some other interesting information for ourselves. We've headed around to the Citadel of Lights, which directed us back to Frostfound, which we're not going to do right now. We went to Mount Palmerston and picked up a wistful Deviless and the Empire of Hands, and went on a treasure hunt and murdered some pirates. Now, though, we're going to head our way from here down toward the Khan's Heart, probably stop in at Port Cecil on the way, in order to see what our bandaged Poisonnier desires, and then from there, we're going to keep going, head down to the Uttershroom and pick up a Blemmigan. And with that Blemmigan, we're probably going to head up to Guider's Mourn and attempt to deal with some of the situations that have arisen. And then we'll head back to Fallen London and plan our next trip. So it's going to be a long journey, and it may actually be fairly incredibly expensive, but we'll see what we can do. We will see what we can do. Now, it would be nice if we could find a Lorn Fluke while we're out here, because we still need to get that Colossal Fluke Core to finish the rest of what the Principals need. And now that we have our Sooth and Copper Longbox, we're going to need to stop in at Station 3 on the way up past the Guider's Mourn, so we can get our Heart-Shelled Silver, so we can complete another one of the Principals of Coral's final desires. But we'll see if it all comes together here in the end. So, there's a number of things awaiting us here. We need to try and make sure we get everything we need. Things are starting to come to a head, though. We're getting a lot of things that we've got are coming useful all of a sudden. Okay, we'll head down a little bit more southerly, and then we'll zip in through here so we can fill in some of this black space. As much as it's a little bit more efficient on our fuel, we're heading to somewhere we can easily buy more. We have tons of echoes now, so it's not as though we're running into any major financial problems. The nice thing would be to make sure that we can get everything we need. We'll stop in briefly at Leslie's Harbor and pick up our port report of Aestival, and then we'll move on our way. Plus something awaits us. We can probably pick up some more supplies here cheaply. So back in Aestival, we can gather supplies or go beachcombing. We're going to compile a port report first. There we go. And we are going to gather supplies. Wow! 9 supplies! That is way more than I was expecting. We can't hold anywhere near that many. Oh, that doesn't feel good, guys. That doesn't feel good. We have to waste so many of these. Oh. That hurts. We get rid of some fuel, because we can buy some more fuel, and it's cheaper than buying more supplies. But ouch! That was too many! Exotic delights. Breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs and plump birds too stupid to know a hungry sailor from a tree. Aestival is ripe with treasures unknown in the Neath. We fill our hold. No kidding, we fill our hold. That's a ton of food. Alright, let's keep moving. We're going to head down here through the blackness and see if we can't make our way to Port Cecil next, where hopefully we'll be able to have a nice little chat. We don't have what we need to really get any nice rewards from the Principals, but it'll be worth dropping by anyway. We might pick up some Scintillac anyway, even if it does cost us a crew. Ewan's Way. Yeah, so we've been here before, I think. It just didn't fill in the map for some reason. Alright, there we go. Fill in the blackness at the edges of our knowledge, and let's keep going. Okay, we can sneak in underneath here and try and get through that way. Maybe we'll find another eel we can fight to gain a little bit more loot. We're going to need to buy some more fuel soon, but we are heading down towards the Khanate, so that shouldn't be too difficult for us. Just as long as we don't choose accidentally to fight one of their Khanate ships, because that will make things a little bit more difficult for us. But we'll see. For now, we'll just sail through casually. The Crawling Stars. We can forbid them to look at the stars, or we can take a look and see if we're lucky or not. Let's see if we're lucky today. The lookout shouts. Far above, the false stars in the cabin roof are shifting. Let's see if we can name the thing. Ah, the Z-Bat. Bats is lucky, a gap-toothed stoker avers. All agree. Leathery, but lucky. We've lost 5 terror and have been fortunate. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's make our way here through to Port Cecil. And there might be an eel up here. We'll see, I guess. There often are. Just barely missed the coastline there. That's what I get for not looking where I'm going. Alright, here in Port Cecil, we are going to gather intelligence. There you go. And we're going to try and get some Scintillac. We have a 49% chance of success, so hopefully nobody dies, but let's find out. Polypoid Whispers. This is exactly what we've done before. Nobody died, thankfully. This is exactly the same message we've had previously, though. But we gained 1 Scintillac, we failed the challenge, we've gained 2 terror. But the important thing is we got 1 Scintillac, which is what I was hoping, at least, to get. 1 isn't great, but it's something. Nobody died, so that's good. What we're going to do right now is we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving. We don't have much time to spend in Port Cecil, so we're going to head straight on down. I think we're going to bypass the Isle of Cats this time. It will mean that we get a little bit less reward. If we head straight into the Connaught, it should save a little bit on fuel, which we're currently a little bit low on, and things should work out for us a little bit better than otherwise. We'll just head straight into the Connaught so we can find out what the Poisonnier wants. I have a feeling that either this is going to be a very hard challenge, or the next one is going to be very difficult, and this is just a warm-up. Adding more steps to the goose chase. We'll find out, though, I guess. Let's sail on down and see. I'm surprised I've never seen a hostile frog enemy before. These frogs on the lily pads always make me think that there's going to be some kind of horrible frog beastie that you're going to have to fight against, and I've never seen one. Which doesn't mean they don't exist, mind you. I've never seen Mountain Nomad before, just earlier in this run as well. But, I don't know. Alright, let's sail on down here. Head down into the Khan's heart. And hopefully avoid combat with the Khan's sailors. Like him right there. We don't really want to have to deal with them, because as much as I like fighting things right now, killing the ships of the Connaught adds suspicion, which means we can't use their trade. And that's no good. That's no good at all. So we should be able to scoot in here and head over to the docks, which should work out nicely for us. Right by the Khan's gate. Surprisingly peaceful in the docks today. We're very low on fuel, though. We're gonna have to buy more of that for sure. Let's stop in here, though, and see what they want. Alrighty. To the docks. Here in Khan's Heart, we can enter the Nephrite Quarter, which we will. But before we do anything else, we're going to see what the Poisonnier requests shore leave for, and back pay in a form preferred in the Connaught. What do you want here? He stands stiffly before us. I will not need long, or much. Totally the wrong voice there, but it's fine. Our cook wants to go ashore. He claims he needs to collect a book of recipes, but is short on details and long on guilty fidgeting. He asks for his back pay and drowning pearls. They will ease my way past the whites and golds. Bribes. Well, we can allow him his privacy, or we can follow him in secret. You know what? I'm gonna trust him. I'm gonna trust the Poissonnier this time. We're gonna allow him to go and... You know, we have the drowning pearls. We're not gonna allow him to go in private. No, we're gonna sneak after him and follow him. Gonna be sneaky. He makes his way through the rainbowed streets, dropping pearls into the hands of the white and gold to accost him. We cross the bridges, bribe the same guards. We leave the colors of the copper quarter behind for the simple blue lamps of the porcelain quarter. They buzz more loudly and flicker more often. Machinery rumbles behind whitewashed walls. If we are found here, we will be killed. The Poisonnier peers through a narrow window where a woman and a young man bicker over noodles. The woman's hair is beginning to gray. The young man has narrow cheeks and dark, sullen eyes. He storms into another room. She throws up her hands. The Poisonnier notices us and slips away from the window. His voice is stiff. Captain, my behavior must have seemed very suspicious. I am sorry to have caused concern. Let us return to the ship. I should not have come. We return in silence. He refuses to answer questions. Well then. I don't know what that was all about. I guess we'll have to talk to him a little bit more. Maybe he'll share. Sounds like it might have been somebody from a relationship before he became the bandaged Poisonnier. Well then. Let's take a little chat with our cook here. He has a request. After his visit to the Khanate, he is more fixated, less congenial. He corners us below decks, his eyes fervent between his wrappings. I need a capstone for the feast, Captain. Something unforgettable. I have a vision. No, two. One demands the core of a Lornfluke. The other requires a certain bird of the Elder Continent. A cockatoo given to funereal poetry. I have heard a certain southern showman owns such a creature. He waves a casual hand. Either would do. Do not trouble yourself with both. We need to get a colossal fluke core or an elegiac cockatoo. Let us wander Khan's heart and see what happens. A stranger in difficulties. As we pass an elegant house, lights blaze and shouts echo. Someone has caused a commotion. And here, we imagine, is that someone, slipping over the garden wall. He loses his grip and falls. A muffled cry. He's sitting on the ground, nursing his ankle. Well, we could help him, or we could turn him in. I imagine turning him in will reduce our suspicion, but won't give us a reward, whereas helping him might give us a reward, but might increase our suspicion. Since our suspicion's already pretty high, we're going to turn him in. Yep, that's what I hoped for. Here! Lamp-bearing burlies swarm the back of the house. They drag the wall climber away. The enraged householder, grimly, thanks us and tosses us a Kaganian coin. A single echo, but we lost a suspicion, which is nice. That'll give us a little bit more leeway to do things in the area. It's unfortunate, it's not a more interesting result, but we did choose that. Okay, so, while we're here, we should probably buy some more fuel, because we're extremely low on that right now. And while it's a little bit expensive here, it's not terrible as far as prices go. So we'll buy a little bit of fuel. There we go. And they don't want to buy any of other resources, so we're not going to try and sell them to them. We're just going to leave. And we'll sail on. I'd like to get more events in the Khan's Heart. I have a feeling there's a lot of potential really interesting stuff that happens in there. So we'll have to wait and see. We could go to the Fathom King's Hold, but it doesn't make much sense right now. There's not much we have to do there. We're going to drop by Pigmoat Isle and make our way down to the Uttershroom next. I think that makes the most sense as our next destination, since we know we need to get a Blemmigan from there, and the sooner we can go, the better. We have a number of valuables in our hold, especially those sapphires will sell very well, because we can sell 7 of them for 1,000 echoes, and then we can sell the rest at 100 echoes apiece if we make sure we make port in the right places. We'll stop in here at Saints Haven while we're nearby. There we go. We'll take a docking, and we still don't have something awaiting us, so we can't have a banquet in our honor, but we can compile a port report while we're here. There we go. United Murinia. Let's sail on again. And this time we head down southwesterly. Demo Island might be worth visiting, but we'll probably stop by that kind of place on the way back up. I don't know though. We'll see. We shall see. I'd love to get some more Blemmigans. so I could afford to experiment a little bit more with propagation. But we'd need to acquire a lot more firkins of prisoner's honey and come back this way with them. It might be worth doing. Just not sure if it's the most profitable of our options. I have a feeling it's a good idea to spread the Blemmigans around, though. The reward they give us at the end is probably worthwhile. We'll probably experiment with that again soon. There's so many different threads that we're trying to follow at once, though. So many different things going on. We'll stop in quickly at Demo Island, and then we'll make our way west, because I have a feeling we're going to want to head to the Iron Republic to replenish our fuel. So we go Demo Island, Uttershroom, Iron Republic, and then head north from there. That should work out okay in our favor. Seems that everyone wants us to kill Lornflukes, though. Seems that way, at least. Is that the eye? Right over there? That might be where the eye is. We haven't seen it in a long time. And I completely didn't go to Demo Island. That's fine. I got distracted by something in the sea. It happens. Alright, let's make our way to the Uttershroom and see if we can't pick up a Blemmigan or two. Alrighty. We're definitely low on space in our hold, though. We've got too many things. Too many disparate things, which all need to be used for their own secret purposes. Can we sail under this? I thought so. It's just the core you can't sail under. Alrighty. Well, let's stop at the Uttershroom and see what they have to say. Here in the Uttershroom, we can trade honey for supplies and Blemmigan. That's what we're looking for. We can gather intelligence or visit the village. Let's trade honey for supplies and Blemmigan. There you go. 1 firkin of prisoner's honey, we gained 1 supply and 1 Blemmigan. And we can gather intelligence while we're here. Let's visit the village, too. Let's see what happens. Ooh. This is a spore day. The Uttershroom releases spores according to its own inscrutable schedule. Today the air is soupy thick. They coat your hair. They clog your throat. They gather like sleep in the corners of your eyes. Conversation with the shroomers is impossibly hard. You return to the ship, where you find a tiny purple mushroom growing already in your ear. You've gained a tale of terror, and 1 terror, but that's all for now. Alright, well at least we got ourselves a Blemmigan. Let's move on. Now we might experiment with the Blemmigan a little bit, because I think if memory serves, one of the places I tried dropping a Blemmigan off just to see what it would do was the Iron Republic, and I think if you drop a Blemmigan off there, it does something weird that it's not supposed to do. I think it's a glitched out destination. So we're going to experiment with it and see if it actually does something weird like I think it does. In the meantime, though, we're going to fill in some of these dark spots in our map that we've never actually managed to clear up, and then we'll make our way to the Iron Republic, since it's more or less on the way. Should be interesting if there's anything there, anyway. But yeah, we're gonna experiment a little bit in the Iron Republic, because I seem to recall something weird happening with Blemmigans here. Oh no, I don't really want to fight that Dreadnought right now. Never mind. Oh, we got it filled in after all. I really don't want to fight a Dreadnought. They're a little bit nastier than we want to be dealing with. They do a little bit too much damage. So we're going to experiment with this, and we'll see if it does what I think it does. I haven't done much Blemmigan propagation before, but this is one place I seem to recall delivering a Blemmigan. Alright, so we arrive here, and what do we have? We have in our hold 1 Blemmigan. Okay. We'll need to buy some more fuel and such in a moment, but before that, let's go to the Iron Republic. We have a couple options here. Compile a port report, put a Blemmigan ashore, all these lovely things. Let's do our port report first. We gained a tale of terror, a memory of distant shores. We've lost a heart. Man, this is a dangerous place. Doing port reports here just hurts you. Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's really bad. Well, we're also going to try and put a Blemmigan ashore here. I have, I seem to recall this is weird. If it's not weird, then it's very disappointing. We're going to have to go back to the other shroom. But I think it's weird. How will nature fare in a place which defies its laws? Yes. The Blemmigan spins boldly down the gangplank. It seems startled when it meets itself on the quay, twice. Its duplicates bob solicitously, like ambassadors greeting their peers, and continue past it up into your ship. The first Blemmigan vanishes into the crowd. The other two peer up at you as if to say, "Are we quite finished here?" So that's what happens. I knew something happened where you get two Blemmigans instead of spending a Blemmigan. But, yeah, weird things are happening, folks. We have two Blemmigans now, and we have a propagation for the Iron Republic. Okay. I don't know if that does anything, but it's strange at the very least. Let's take a look at the shops here. We don't need to buy much, but we'll use the cavalry doctrine here to open the Market of Hungers. There we go. We've gained a terror, and we can see what they are selling today in the House of Milks. They are buying Zoop for 77 echoes apiece. That's not bad. They're also selling Dark Drop coffee. I'd like to buy a little bit of coffee, but I don't know if that's worth doing right now. We don't have much space in our hold is the main problem. But we're only heading back to London. I think I'm going to buy 2 coffee beans here. And we're going to go to Irem to spend them. It's a questionable decision here. I'm not sure what exactly we want to be doing, but I'm trying to think of best ways to do some of these things. And I think having a little bit of coffee will be useful to us. So for now, we're going to sail back northerly and see what we can do up here. Hello there, pirates. The unfinished revolutionaries. Well, I'm going to turn our lights off and they should lose us in the darkness. Or not. Oh, a good shot. 7 damage right on us. We'll spiral right past Adam's Doom here and we should be fine. They shouldn't be able to chase us over here. We could fight them, but we're limited in supplies here, and I'd rather not waste anything we don't need to. So we're going to head a little ways north and see what else we can get done. If something awaits us, we'll stop in at the Cumaean Canal. If something is not awaiting us, it might not be worth our time to stop. Hey, it's a Gilliflower. Come on the attack. Alright. If you want to fight us, Gilliflower, you'll get probably 1 attack in before we can kill you. Nope, no attacks in at all. You're dead now, Gilliflower. You may have made a tactical error there. Well, let's scoop it up and see what we can do with it. We've gained a strange catch. Well, there you go. It's gone. We're left with gooey gloves and a buttery smell. And this purple thing. Is it an egg? A heart? A less fortunate traveler, dissolved and shriveled to mauve ruin? We put it somewhere safe. Alright, well we acquired another strange catch, so buying one turns out wasn't relevant. We did find one before we'd need to use it. But, I'd say it was still worth the purchase. It's not very expensive, and it'll be better off. It would have been better off for us to make sure we had one than potentially not get one in time. Alright, Gianotti Harbor. We dock here. What do we do? Listen for surface gossip, of course, but first we'll gather information for a port report. There we go. And we'll listen for surface gossip. We've gained a vision of the surface, and that's all. Alright then. Perhaps not. Let's move along. We do have a very direct goal here. We need to head to Station 3 in Guider's Morn. In Guider's Morn we can buy the Soulless Flute. Soulless Fruit. Even though it's much more expensive than getting it any other way. But I think it'll prove worthwhile in the end. We can afford the extra cost anyway. The other option that we have is to take the coffee to Irem and get our Soulless Fruit that way. It's probably cheaper, and if there's no time limit, it might actually be worth just going and doing that. Rather than buying it for extortionate prices. And we do need to head to the north anyway, still. In case we have to do anything else with Mount Palmerston. We'll see, though. I'm not entirely sure what our best course of action will be, so we'll find out as we travel here. Let's make our way up and visit Mutton Island on the way past, and then we'll do whatever else needs to be done. We should have enough fuel left to make the rest of our journey here unhindered. We'll stop by Quaker's Haven and see what they have in store for us. In Quaker's Haven, we could put a Blemmigan ashore, but we don't want to. We have nothing awaits us, though, so we can't do anything interesting here. We'll chat to the fishermen, though, to acquire our port report for a single echo. Easily affordable. And we'll sail on again. Lots of very short stops on this journey. We have a lot of clear intentions. It just takes us a while to get to the places where we need to go. For now, it should be a fairly straightforward passage, though, because we no longer need to go to Gidersmorn if we're not going to buy our solace fruit there. We'll stop in at Station 3 and then head across to here. To our light ship, where we can trade in our recent news for a song that's rather a Z story. Because we're a little bit low on those right now. Hello there, what are you? Oh, it's an Auroral Megalops. An invisible Auroral Megalops. Now it's a dead Auroral Megalops. And we're not even going to chase down its body. We were just going to kill it. Interestingly enough, our nightmares haven't attacked us at all this sailing journey, which is surprising given how far we've traveled. For now, though, we'll stop off at Station 3. There we go. And we will exchange a long box for a heart metal ingot. Probably useful to us. We need one after all. There we go. We have a heart metal ingot. We can trade that in to the Principles of Coral to acquire probably more Scintillac. Probably another secret. We'll find out, though, I suppose, when we get there eventually. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We'll drop by this light ship and see if they'll help us out. Share the stories of the Z with us. Okay. So we'll dock with the light ship, and we will speak to the crew. That gets us a Z story, and we've lost 5 terror, which is quite nice. Okay. Is there anything else we can do here? I don't think so. We could purchase fuel, but it's super expensive. We don't really want to spend 20 echoes. We could put a Blemmigan ashore, but I have a feeling they wouldn't like that very much. I'd rather not make enemies of them. The light ships are a very easy way to get Z stories if we have recent news still in hand, so I'd rather not make them enemies of us at the moment. Let's just make our way back to the shore. Back to the Wolfstack docks. And hopefully everything will go well. Okay, so this is a good opportunity for us to test. We do have 50 terror. We do not have something awaits us. Nothing. Okay, interesting. I think it does have something to do with the something awaits you quality not being there. Well, we've made it back, and there's a lot for us to do here, now that we're back in London. A lot for us to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to visit the Venturer. He wants something azure. We have 7 caskets of sapphires, but easily, with 10, and he'll give us 1,000 echoes for them. Absolutely. Something azure it is. That blue. I will confess something to you, that is my least practical purchase, but I wanted something to remember the blue. Thank you. Cheap at the price, but there's something else. 7 caskets of sapphires, 1,000 echoes, and the Venturer has a request. What do you want? Something azure again, or something difficult, a colossal fluke core. Why does everyone want 1,000... Or why does everyone want a colossal fluke core? 1,000 echoes. We have 3 different people who want these. Ugh. Or 4 more caskets of sapphires. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll have to investigate this. I'm not sure exactly how we want to deal with this one, especially since he wants these again. I wonder if anything ever comes of him, or if he just asks you for things all the time. I guess we'll find out in the future. For now, let's head to the Brass Embassy and drop off our Deviless to the Brass Embassy here. London, Oh, the souls! The souls! I haven't smelt so many since... She inhales, eyes closed, face wrapped. Our hackney carriage approaches the embassy. So we have the wistful Deviless, and we know that she is welcome here, so let's drop her off. A discreet arrival. The urbane devil meets us and the Deviless by one of the embassy's lower entrances. He bows, she bows. They chatter together in one of Hell's hissing, clicking languages and laugh at a shared joke. For a moment, we seem forgotten, but she turns back. To thank us? No, to pay us. All shall be well now, she says gleefully, and all manner of things shall be well. You've done a terrible thing, and I am terribly grateful. Take this. This is a smoldering ruby from the throat of Mount Palmerston. It is scorching hot from her touch. She chuckles fondly as we juggle it hastily from hand to hand. Perhaps I'll see you again. You're so much fun. We've gained a captivating treasure and 2 secrets, and the wistful Deviless is gone. Well, that is quite a reward, a captivating treasure. Hopefully she'll be happy here after everything she's done to get here. But for now, that's all. Okay. What else? How's our hold looking? We have a good number of spaces there now. Let's go speak with the Dark Spectacled Admiral. And we will pass in our port reports. We have quite a few of them after all. Mount Palmerston. Cecil. Takes a while to hand all these in, but it's always worth doing. Always worth doing. Makes up some of the terrible purchasing decisions we've made in the journey so far. Especially some of the further away ones, which offer 30 or 40 or 50 echoes. Those are quite valuable. Hey there, 50 echoes. That's a lot just for nothing. We've lost a terror. Yes. Empire of Hands, there's another 50. Frostfound is a 30. There's a bunch of nice ones there. 50 for Aestival. It's interesting. Just it's too bad it takes so long. So, that's that all done. Now, we can jump back to talking to the Admiral directly, so we can get another opportunity to get a strategic information. He wants from the Mangrove College in the Swallowing Isles. Well, that could be useful, because I think we have to head there soon. We have to head there soon and take a look around, but we'll see. We can ask the Admiral what he thinks of the voracious diplomat. The diplomat, a half-legendary, all-infamous figure whose connection to the Admiralty is obscure. An unprincipled scoundrel, the Admiral snaps. If you have intelligence, bring it to me. Don't go off the books. It's interesting, because you're the one who introduced me to them. But regardless, that's something. Back in our lodgings, we can't visit our family. We don't have a free evening. But we can get some new, recent news, which also gets us a supply. That'll help. We'll probably want to rest here. Oh, hello. A calling card. A smoky flake of hand-lettered vellum. The wistful Deviless has come to visit. Well, that's interesting. For now, we'll nap. Spend 100 echoes to get more restful nights. There we go. The light is like nothing else in the Neath. We've lost 100 echoes, we've lost 15 terror, and we have 2 restful nights again, which is good. Do I only have 2 of those? I thought I had 3 before. Hang on a second. Do I not have more restful nights than that? No, I only have 2. Well then, alright, that's something. That's something indeed. Well then. Well then. I think we're going to have to end this episode here, though. We'll come back soon to see what the wistful Deviless has in store for us. If you enjoyed the episode today, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you again very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, goodbye.